Howdy, y'all, and welcome to the EEARSS Podcast, produced by Terrier TV. I am Frank Rob. That is Cindy. That is Bill. That is Rebecca. How's it going, guys? How's everything going?
I think that's the most confident you've ever sounded doing the introduction.
Well, today...
Normally, you sound like you're asking a question.
Today, somebody told me I was handsome, and I've been on like this hardcore, like high rolling all day. Like,
there we go.
Flipping the dust off the shoulders, you know what I mean?
Are you wearing shoes?
No, sir.
Oh, okay. Well, that must contribute
We were
to
so
it.
close.
Although my toes have been cold all day.
I bet.
Mm-hmm. That's what happens when you don't wear shoes, Frank.
Well, that's true. Yeah.
Always Frank.
I am considering, we've been talking about the possibility of auctioning different versions of my facial hair off at the event.
What?
Oh,
so,
okay.
you know, like people have like 6 pictures and they can buy their raffle ticket, decide how they want my facial hair trimmed for the day. Like I'll trim the beard off, I'll trim the mustache off, I'll leave a soul patch, you know, whatever it might be.
That's genius and so much better than what I thought you were saying.
No, what'd you think I was saying?
Like auctioning your facial hair. Like
She was
nobody
thinking,
wants
you
that.
could sell
Nobody
that
wants
little
that.
beard. No,
Yeah.
you might be onto
no,
something.
she was thinking a stalker kind.
We should do that.
I'm like, are you going to make dolls out of it? Like what?
Dear
Yeah.
Lord.
We
There
should
we go.
ziplock it up and auction it off.
There we go.
Tie it with a little
I like
ribbon?
that.
Make
I'm pretty sure that
voodoo
would be on like a
dolls.
little voodoo doll somewhere.
Yeah, little voodoo doll.
Nobody needs that. No, no.
Hitting it. Yep.
I heard enough without that happening. That's already bad enough. Yeah.
There you go.
Good Lord.
What styles are you going to go with?
I don't know. All the board members have been chuckling about it for a while now, so I have no idea what's going to show up there.
Has anyone taken like initiative to print anything out yet, or?
I think one of the
is
Terras
Tara
was.
doing it? Yeah. Okay.
So,
I thought
mean,
so. Me and her were quite enthusiastic about that idea.
Yeah,
We're very
I'll bring
excited.
I'll bring a razor and a pair of buzzers, and I'll get after it.
There you go.
I want to shave it off anyhow and start over. It is time to restart the journey. It's got
Okay.
out of control.
Okay. There
Yeah.
you go.
Yeah,
And you would know best.
it's got out of control. I need a reset. It's been a year. I need a reset.
Okay.
Anyhow, I digress.
Indeed.
We're
So-
off to a good start.
What's been going on with everybody this week? Anything exciting? Billy
No.
just got back from the dentist.
Yeah. Yeah. No, we're all good.
So, as a man with
So
facial
cool.
hair,
Yes, sir.
can I tell you my biggest fear?
What is your biggest fear?
My biggest fear is going to the dentist and the high-speed drill, like my facial hair getting stuck in the high-speed drill,
Getting
and then
stuck in
it's
the
somehow
drill?
like ripping my face off.
Oh my
Okay.
God.
No, they have little torque things on there. It'll stop. It'll stop after it. Just rip off a patch and you'll be fine.
It's like that. Have you guys seen that video of the girl trying to eat corn off of a electric drill, and her
No.
hair gets caught in it?
Is this a
Oh
thing?
no.
Yeah,
This
it's
is a
like a
thing?
viral video.
You've seen
and
this?
the whole
On
front patch of her
TikTok.
hair gets ripped off.
Ooh.
It was like a trend, I guess.
They did not
That
think
was a
this
trend?
thing through.
Yeah, to try to eat corn.
Oh,
on
they
an
have the
electric drill.
challenges. It's a challenge.
It's a challenge.
Yes.
Now you're bald.
No.
Now what?
No, what are you gonna do?
I mean,
That's
I'm sure she
terrifying.
got like a lot of views. So
Oh, she
I mean,
did. She got a lot of views.
it's a nice
Dude,
thing.
how do those
Me to
views?
win.
How do those views translate into money? How does that all work?
Well, it depends. If it wasn't her site, if somebody picked it up and then put it on, they're getting the.
Is it like a
revenue.
penny for every 100,000 views or something?
Oh, who
Depends
knows?
which platform.
Yeah, it depends on the platform.
Okay. So all you gotta do is have most of your hair ripped off by a power drill, and you can probably make
There you
$5
go.
or $10.
Try it, dude.
I'm happy with the few hairs I have. I'm good.
Uh-huh.
The
Okay.
few hairs I have.
The few.
All right. So you guys ready to jump into this?
Mm.
Yeah, we're ready.
All right. So today on the podcast, we have a lady who has been started as an intern with us and has become a very dear friend, and someone that I'm been very excited to see your journey and where you're going and the things you're bound to accomplish and already have accomplished. But anyhow, today on the podcast, we are joined by the EEARSS intern, the one and only EEARSS intern, Rebecca Hallanan. How's it going?
I'm good. I'm really good.
So
A little cold.
how did we meet?
I was working as a bartender and beverage cart girl at Bay Tree Golf Course, and we had a resident alligator there named Elvis, and he lived right out. If you looked out of the clubhouse, he lived right in the lake right there. And every single day, if I was working the cart or in the bar, all I was talking about was how much I loved the alligators and getting in trouble because I would stop the beverage cart and get out and try to go look at them.
Oh, no.
And the golfers would be like, please don't do that. And I'm like, but they're right there. And I had a patron one day, and he was like, oh, my friend also knows a lot about alligators. That's the only introduction I got. And I was like, awesome, give me his number. Like, let's go out. Like, we can go and do the wildlife surveys and everything. And then eventually we did after a while.
It took us a long time to
like
connect.
a month or so. And
Yeah.
then you came up on my TikTok as one of my contacts. And I was like, oh my gosh, this guy's actually like legit.
does
Like, I didn't
know
know
a
he
lot
was like a
about
figure,
alligators.
you know? Yeah. And I reached back out and was like, we have to go. And then I went that one time and it was great. And now here we are.
Yeah, so we went out one time. I think we were checking wildlife arrays when we first met. Tell us a little bit about your journey since then, because you've had a pretty epic time. Man, I want to say you became an intern not long thereafter. It was pretty quick.
Yeah, pretty much from the first time we went out there, I was hooked. I think at the time I was switching from being a veterinary sciences, like pre-veterinary sciences major, to pre-law. So I had been pre-law for about a semester, and then I went and did that, and I was like, oh man, that biology degree is pulling me back in. Like, I think either after that one time or maybe a couple times after that, I think I went straight home and got on the UCF website and changed my major to biology with a track for ecology, conservation, and evolution.
So let's be real. You decided you didn't want to make a whole lot of money and you just wanted to play with critters.
Exactly. Exactly.
As long as we all understand that. No, it's neat whenever you can, as young as you are, pick up something that you know is gonna be your jam and your passion and really jump into it. We've all been there. Me and Cindy met in college when we were both still trying to figure it out. So yeah, it's a real thing. I'm sure you see that all the time with kids that really have even at college age have no idea what they want to do.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
My favorite story about, I had a student come in and, TV1 in beginning of class. And she said, I'm getting my schedule changed. I don't know why they put me in here. I didn't ask for this class. And a couple days passed and I asked her, do you need help? She said, no, I think I'm going to stay. And so she took every TV class that we offered and she went to college and majored in it. It's what she does for a living.
That's awesome.
That's awesome. Yep.
Also, that should make you feel very good about yourself.
Oh,
that
it
was
does.
clearly an impactful first day.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. No. Yeah, that's why I say it's my favorite story. It's my favorite story to tell.
Yeah, I'd say many times over that I would not be in the place I am with being comfortable doing interviews and things with TV and radio and everything else without being in these classrooms with you. 1,000%. Yep. So anyhow, you're awesome, Bill.
Well, thank you. Thank you.
So you started interning with EEARSS. Tell us a little bit about some of the adventures you've been on since.
Oh, definitely some highlights, definitely some good stories there. We have like the everyday stuff we go, not every day, but more of the common, like go and do wildlife arrays and you never know what you're going to find out there in the boxes. And that's a really good way for me getting introduced to species I didn't even know were native to Florida and things that even as an animal lover growing up here, I had no idea about, but like getting out and doing the field work, that is a whole other level.
So what surprised you?
Just the diversity of it all. Like
Okay.
people just think Florida and they think alligators and snakes, but there's like these crazy things like spotted skunks I didn't even know existed. I didn't know the stories about like the eastern indigo snake and how those are so important, and like I didn't know anything behind that because people, I don't know, I don't want to make a divisive statement, but people are very passionate about conservation for animals when they're more appealable to the masses, but when you start talking about alligators and snakes, it gets a little hard to appeal.
No. Cindy's all for preserving the snakes. She's all about
Cindy.
that. She spends all her time.
My favorite thing is to just hold snakes
Yeah.
while
Oh,
they
yeah.
bite me, Frank.
That happened to me the other day.
Yeah, speaking of such, we're doing a presentation the other day. I was talking to Tara about this earlier. Said, you ever doing this presentation? We're at Beachfly Brewing in Rockledge, and Rebecca's there with me. I give a PowerPoint presentation. I guess it was like 45 minutes or so. At the end of it, we always bring animals to show people. Alligators, snakes. We had terrapins with us that day too. And I had made up my mind before that whenever it got to that time, showing the people the animals and talking to them, I was going to tell Rebecca, like, go for it. Hey, go handle it. I didn't tell you that leading up to it, but I was like, she can handle it. So, it's like, Rebecca, break some animals out and show them to people. She's showing everybody snakes and stuff. And this lady asked her, so have you ever been bit by a snake? And I just kind of looked over at her, and she goes, only twice ever. And I'm going, dear Lord.
It really was the lady's fault and not mine or the snake's.
Well, I'm just kind of shaking my head, and Rebecca looks at me and goes, what's wrong? And I said, nothing.
Nothing.
Yeah,
the
nothing.
Universe.
Yeah, like nothing's wrong. And I think I handed you this yellow rat snake, and I walked away, and I hear you go, well, huh. And I look around, the snake's latched onto her arm, and I'm like, yep. You don't put that kind of stuff out into the atmosphere. You don't just
It's a
don't put that.
challenge to the universe.
You
don't do it.
I was much overdue for a snake bite at that point. With all the ones I'd been handling lately, I was like, it's kind of weird that it hasn't happened. Like,
Can we go back
That's
for
okay.
just a second? Because
Yeah.
you had mentioned that you were really surprised to learn how special the indigo snake is. For our listeners that don't know, can you share a little bit about that?
so the eastern indigo snake, it is a very good keystone species in Florida, mainly because it eats other snakes. If I'm correct, I think I actually
It
just
does.
saw one in Savannah, Georgia. I was at a wildlife preserve there, and they had one, and I never realized how big they were. They're huge. But if I remember you saying, are they either really loud when they're moving through, or they're very quiet?
Very quiet. It's
They're
like
very quiet.
pouring
That's what I
water
thought.
out. Yeah.
Yeah, they're really big snakes, but they are really hard to find. Like, I haven't seen one in the wild as of yet. We haven't got any in the boxes, but they are a protected species just because, I mean, obviously habitat destruction is a big thing in Florida, and you constantly see it. Like, I've seen it all growing up here. Like, I was literally born in Cape Canaveral, and I haven't left since. I'm in Melbourne now, but I could see it everywhere. Like, places are just being flattened out. So I think that's their main threat is habitat destruction, right, for the indigo snakes?
They're one of the commensals that live in gopher burrows. So as the gopher tortoises go away, and I mean, they're a snake that travels huge, like thousands of acres, like a range of thousands of acres. So, I mean, the biggest thing that all snakes face are roads. And if there's a road intersecting the habitat they live on, they're going to get hit by a car and they're going to disappear. Like, so here on the Space Coast, we used to have a huge variety of indigo snakes. We had tons of them. I mean, they had a study out there in the refuge where they were tracking dozens of them. And now it'd be better off. It'd be easier for you to win the lottery than to see an indigo snake.
Wow.
They're just not around anymore.
I had one in my backyard.
Yep.
Years ago. Yeah.
Yep. Now, nobody. People claim they see one every now and then, but they're looking at black racers.
Yeah.
I mean, you see an indigo. They're a big-bodied, sun-loving snake that will just look at you and kind of shrug their
like
shoulders.
Black and like a little iridescent and
They
like,
are.
oh my gosh, stunning. They're like the way bigger version of a black African house snake, kind of like. And the one I had, she was like that all blue and iridescent like that. It's so,
Oh,
so
Lord.
See,
beautiful.
there you go.
I actually do like indigo snakes and black racers. Thank you.
Oh, okay.
Thanks
oh.
to Frank.
Oh, well, there you go.
I have
Very
that
good.
problem sometimes. So,
Now I get happy when I'm gardening and I see one. That and the little ring neck snakes.
Oh,
They're
ring
my
necks
friends
are-
too.
they're
Those are
epic.
the best.
you couldn't make one of those things bite you. You can make them poop on you.
What?
Yeah.
Well, there we go.
Yeah, they'll musk you.
Oh, shoot, that's I mean, who wouldn't?
Look up their Latin name sometime, and then you'll understand why they have that Latin name, because they are very stinky.
Now I
Okay.
need to
Don't
know what the
say
Latin
that.
name is. Yeah.
I'm going to let you guys look it up.
Offensive.
I'm going to let you look it up just because they are stinky, hence the Latin name. Yeah, anyhow.
There you go.
So, whenever we were first starting this intern thing with you, I wanted to try to get you all the experience I could provide, and I remember talking to you at one point and saying, look, there's a lot of things I can provide to you. There's one thing I can't teach you. Like, I can teach you about wildlife. I can teach you about writing papers. I can teach you about putting numbers together and data. When it comes to teaching you about being a woman in a field that's pretty much dominated by men, I can't do that for you. But I know someone who can. It's actually a friend of ours we've had on here, Marissa. And, tell us a little bit about that journey.
That was amazing. And that's funny that you like bring up that specific portion of it, because she actually just made an awesome Facebook post about her journey, specifically as a woman of color in the field that she's in, and how the disrespect and like people kind of like push her to the wayside, even though she's so incredibly educated, and getting to go to Belize and seeing what she's done and seeing what she's built. And like, it's just, I was speechless. Honestly, for like the first day, I was like, this is insane. She's so strong, and she knows so much about what she's doing and has so much passion for it. And just traveling to Belize by myself was because I came up a couple days late. So I literally had my friend drop me off at the Orlando airport.
I was
and
stressing
from
that, by
there
the
to
way.
Belize, I was completely by myself.
Oh my
Other than
God.
like the random people I met in the airport. And like the Belize like TSA flirting with me. I was
Oh,
like,
God.
amazing, thank you. But a little ego boost, I guess. Not really,
Oh
though.
my garage.
But that was fun. And then getting there and seeing like she's building a little sanctuary area and getting to meet her like those
Her
crocodilians.
interns.
Her interns were awesome. I bonded with them. Getting to see other people my age that I can geek out over this stuff. It's kind of rare in my personal life, so that was really cool. Getting to see how she like pole trains the animals that she has is awesome. She like has devised this system where she uses this pole and like target trains them for food. And I think that just like is such a great way to highlight how smart these animals are, because people underestimate them so much. And I mean, yeah, that whole trip was mind-blowing for me.
It was funny. We were down there for you were down there for a handful of days with us, and then it was 2 weeks later we were on the next leg of the journey. We went north instead of going south. We went north
to Maryland.
Yeah.
What is that? Over 300 miles north from the most well-known established population of American alligators, which is in North Carolina.
Mm-hmm.
We were going to deal with an alligator situation in Maryland where it gets very cold. And we were very confused because we were like, why are you here? It's cold. Don't you want to come to Florida?
How have you survived?
But that all in itself was also like such a unique experience, and getting to like try to work with the public, and then at the same time putting so many hours in trying to it was an alligator that's been in this residential lake for upwards of a decade, right?
Yeah, 2 decades.
Two decades.
That's
And
amazing.
how she's surviving up there and how she's thriving really would be the best word, depending on
That will
what
be
we found.
Yeah, that will be your first. So my goal, as having you as an intern, is try to put all this stuff in front of you to be able to have these opportunities to take it to the next level, right? So that will be her first published paper. She will be a co-author on that paper when it comes out, which is, I've turned it into several different groups right now, and that'll be published here in the pretty near future, I think.
So exciting.
So, and that's what I don't know. I feel like if you're gonna be a mentor to somebody, those are things you need to help them figure out, especially in the world of science. You got to help them figure that stuff out. But yeah, I couldn't be more proud of you. I'm trying not to start crying on a podcast, but I'm super proud of you, man. It's funny how quick we became family through all this. You know what I mean? It's really neat. It's the way I think it's supposed to work. Whenever you're mentoring somebody or have them as an intern, it should be a lot more than that. It's just it's been really neat. I'm super proud of you.
Yeah, when you spend 12 hours with somebody on the bank of a lake in Maryland at 4 o'clock in the morning.
For a week, yeah.
But even before that,
yeah.
You're like one of my best friends. I'm not trying to like make
likewise,
you upset.
Likewise.
I'm upset, but like
Upset,
emotional. But
yeah, it's pretty fun. Yeah, I'd be out kayaking around a pond in the middle of the night, and Rebecca be jumping around catching frogs.
So
I'm like,
fun.
dude, I look over and just kind of shake my head and go, well, she's having fun.
Yeah,
There you go.
She's having a good
Soaking
time.
wet.
Yeah, I'm like, if we all die out here in this lake right now, nobody ever find us, but we were having fun, so it's all good.
This is a good story.
It was an excellent story. Nobody ever know it, but I mean, it is what it is.
There are videos.
there are
the videos.
There are videos. Yeah, there are videos. Oh, my garage. All right, so you brought some trivia.
I did.
Let's jump into trivia.
Where to start? All right.
What
Okay,
is
so
the topic?
yeah, is there a topic,
Oh,
or
no.
is it just a smorgasbord? I like the smorgasbord.
I think
word.
they're all animal based.
Animal based.
They're definitely not all alligator based. Some of them are though. So
Okay. All right, let's jump into it.
we will start.
Number 1.
Number 1. Recognized as one of the tallest, if not the tallest, animals in the world, giraffes are known for their long neck. How many bones are in a giraffe's neck? I'm gonna give you choices. 36,
I know this.
12, 7, or 67.
So, Cindy, here's your hint. It's the same amount as in a person's.
12.
It's 7.
Okay.
Close though.
I guess I don't know how many
There's
bones are in a
7
person's neck.
Huge bones. I saw them that trivia question has stuck in my head since I was like 5 because I saw the bones. They're like this tall each.
Yep,
Like
same
a
same
couple
cervical
feet.
amount we have.
Are they? Clearly they're not shaped exactly, but are they shaped similarly? Are they?
They're like very long and like cylindrical.
Super
They're
thick.
just stacked, I think, on top of each other. But yeah, super cool. All right. Question number 2. What snake has the most poisonous venom in the world? Just kidding. Which snake is the most venomous? Because snakes are not poisonous or venomous in
Unless
the
you were
entire
to eat it, I guess. But yeah.
world.
Isn't it a green viper? A green? Am
I
wrong?
think I have an answer.
I
for
think
this.
it's the coral snake.
Okay, I think I have the answer for this, possibly in being the sea snake.
Ooh.
I googled it, so I might be wrong. I would go with Frank over Google, but it is the taipan, Taipo,
yeah.
taipan.
Ooh.
50 times the venom lethality of the Indian cobra.
Where does that live? That
Australia.
I will never go. Of course it's Australia. Of
Australia.
course it is.
Gotta love Australia.
Everything in Australia will kill you.
Everything will try to kill you, too.
Yes, we'll try.
That's the way it
yes.
works.
All right. This is kind of specific to Frank. Frank might know this.
Dear Lord.
I did write a
Frank gets to answer last.
Green, lime green.
No. I did
Oh.
kind of you are featured in several of these questions. All right. In 2019, due to either surrender or confiscation, how many alligators were acquired by the Chicago Herpetological Society?
Well, 2019 was when
Mhm.
he caught Chance. So,
Are we thinking in the dozens or in the hundreds?
Definitely lower than 100.
Okay.
You're closer with a dozen.
I don't know. I have no. I'm thinking just the one. He just did
17.
So close.
I don't
Any
know.
other guesses?
No.
Just the one.
Frank, do you have any guesses?
No, I'm letting the city guess this one.
15.
Now, what do you mean?
So
15 alligators were turned over
Or confiscated.
or confiscated.
like as pets, like people either
Right.
couldn't take care of them or they were raiding houses or in a house. And
PD gets a lot of them in drug raids.
So, okay. So
Drug
15
raids.
alligators in 2019 in the greater Chicago area.
Yes.
I was up there in 2019 one of the times where I remember we were sitting at this I forget, we were in a restaurant, like a restaurant bar, and the chief, the deputy chief of police called me and asked me if I wanted to take an alligator home with me. And I said, I can't just put it on the plane. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It
They
doesn't-
frown on
doesn't-
that.
Doesn't work.
I
that
already
way.
have 2
Yeah.
check
not
bags.
ambitious
Sorry, I
enough.
really can't
What's
do
that?
You're not ambitious enough.
Good. There you go.
I have
be
zero,
I'd put
zero
a bonnet
desire.
on it and be like, this is my child. Don't look in the carrier, though. You're going to be
This is
shocked.
my child.
Dear
It's
Lord.
my emotional support alligator.
That's funny. Okay, hit us with the next one.
All right.
Cindy, I'll give you a win on that. That was very close.
Yeah, that was
I
super
thought it was a
close.
dozen, honestly. I didn't know it was that many.
So in the article I got it from, you were like featured heavily in that article. The article's about you. And I didn't even do that on purpose. I was just like, oh, I should do how many alligators were. And I actually happened to find it. So pretty cool. All right. This is my favorite movie and my favorite book. So in 1993, Jurassic Park. What dinosaur kills Nedry when he's trying to escape with the frozen dinosaur embryos? I will accept the scientific name or either of the nicknames they refer to it, I think in the novel.
It's the one that has the little.
It's my favorite
Yeah,
dinosaur.
the little, like, bird flap. What?
Yeah. And because it spits that venom on him first.
I don't remember
It
the
does.
I
scientific
don't
name
either.
or the nicknames.
I don't either.
I don't remember the scientific name of it.
It's my favorite dinosaur.
I can
so
see it.
cheated a little
Oh,
It's a
it's my favorite.
you've
I've
told
told
me,
you
you've
before.
told me. You've told me.
It starts with, I'll give you a hint. It starts with a D.
I don't want to say anything inappropriate. I don't.
Dioptera.
Dioptera.
That sounds like a skincare product.
Ooh, it starts
There
with a
we
D.
go. Could be.
Dinosaur.
Oh,
Dinosaur,
he's
there
got
we go.
it.
Is that the one they called Lucy? No.
Ooh, no, that was a different. That
No.
was a different. Series of. That was a different movie
I'll give
in
you
that series.
Okay.
The nickname was Spitter or Dilo.
I was gonna say spitting dinosaur,
Okay.
The scientific name is Dilophosaurus.
but Dilophosaurus.
It is the
There you go.
My favorite.
That was close.
Yeah.
You were close.
Are you
Okay,
sure?
we got one more.
Yeah.
I
I'd have
have one
given you
more
that
and I
one.
have a
Okay,
bonus.
thanks.
Oh, one more and a bonus. Okay.
Okay, here we go.
This one, I didn't know that I was gonna be asking people that I didn't know for some reason. I thought it was just gonna be you, but you guys also might guess this one. I personally have 4 pet snakes. They are all named after the same mythological creature, like type of creature. What creature is that? +1, if you can name any of the names of.
Can
my
you give us a
snakes.
hint about the mythological creature?
It has it's snake-like.
A snake-like mythological creature. From which mythology group? Greek?
Who was the
Like every
one that
single
had
one.
snakes for hair?
Medusa.
Medusa, yeah, but that's not it.
Good
No.
guess though.
Snake-like.
I'd say like every single mythological like has one of these in it.
Nessie.
No, isn't it?
Cindy, I think you've got this.
I could do this
Can you
too.
I just
give
fought
her-
one a
can
few
you give her
months
a
ago
letter?
in D&D.
What letter? What letter does
I
it start
just
with?
Did
fought
you?
one.
Oh, there you
It's-
go.
What letter does it
Did you
start
win?
It starts with a D.
That's not what I was going to say at all.
Okay.
Did I win? Yes, I won.
I don't
Of course
know.
you won.
What is it?
I'm a druid. Of course I won.
It's a dragon.
Oh,
Silly.
I didn't think we were going dragon.
Dragon. Oh, okay.
Oh.
What is the other snake?
Are they called werewolves? Those are the other snake
That may also.
things in
I
mythology.
don't know about that.
Oh, you can think of something else. But yes, all my snakes are named after different dragons in like pop culture / media.
What are their names?
Oh,
Yeah, let's say tell us.
oh my gosh, Figment, like
That's
Okay.
solid.
imagination
There you go.
dragon.
Yeah.
That is my champagne ball python. I have a boa constrictor imperator named Puff the Magic Dragon because my mom always used to play me that song when I was little.
Okay.
And then I have Viserion and Melis, and those are both from Game of Thrones / House of Dragons.
Interesting.
And those are a albino blood python and a Nelson's milk snake,
Okay.
respectively.
Respectively.
Bonus question
Bonus
that
question.
I thought was going to
Okay.
be way harder. Whoever finishes the sentence first wins. You're not allowed to. You can participate,
Okay.
but I feel like it would be cheating.
It probably would. They probably would.
All right, on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Frank never wears what?
Shoes.
Period.
But he does digress.
I do.
He
I do
does
all the
digress
time.
He
sometimes.
does digress.
Rebecca,
be
thank you so
digressing.
much for being over here with us.
Thank you for having me.
Wish you
So
nothing but
nice
awesome
meeting you.
things.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, man, we have an event Friday. So if you guys are,
Well,
you guys aren't busy Friday
So
evening.
those of you listening to it was last Friday. You missed it. So it was a great thing.
It was last
It was a
Friday.
That's
wonderful
true.
thing, but you
You're
missed
not
it.
going to be
You
airing
didn't get
this,
to it.
Frank.
You're right.
you
It'll be
know.
next Wednesday this comes out.
So it's
If you
you
were
should
there
have
on
been
Friday,
there
if you
because
were
it would have
there,
been fun for you.
if you were there,
but-
we had amazing things. We were there from 7 in the morning till 12
We
at
were
night.
there.
Yeah.
The fireball shots kept us going.
Oh my god.
As they usually do. Fireball shots
Oh,
have
Lord.
lore.
So, man, yeah, I hope you're there on Friday. That's all I can say. If you're not, we'll tell you about it next week.
There you go.
Makes sense.
There you go. Yeah, you'll find out about it.
All right, y'all. Thank you for tuning in to the EEARSS Podcast, produced by Terrier TV. Terrier TV. Thank you for tuning in to the EEARSS Podcast, produced by Terrier TV. I don't know why it sounded funny the first time. You can catch us on all platforms by searching EEARSS or EEARSS, or go to EEARSS.org, or just like to say EEARSS. Or you can go to Alligator Rob, R-O-B-B, because there's 2 B's at the end of Rob. It's confusing. .com, and you can get to the same place. There's a little tab on it. You can click podcast. It'll drop down. It'll show you all of our previous guests, which we're up over 100 episodes now. So there's a lot of people on there to look at, a lot of things to see, and a lot of things to do. You will enjoy it. You'll get lost in it, and you'll love it forever. So, again, I digress. And we'll catch you all next week. Bye-bye.